Have you ever noticed someone who stays completely calm while everyone around them is panicking? You can't take your eyes off them. You wonder why they aren't afraid. The answer is simple. They don't let their emotions control their behavior. And that makes them look unbeatable. Most people think that to earn respect, you need to speak loud, assert yourself, and explain yourself so others understand. But the truth is the opposite. The more you explain, the more you show you need approval. The faster you react, the more you show you can be controlled. Stoic philosophy pointed out this path 2,000 years ago. It's not about becoming cold or emotionless. It's about learning to master what belongs to you and ignore what doesn't. When you do that, respect from others comes without you saying a word. Here are 5 Stoic habits to build that quiet power. 1. Separate what's yours from what's theirs. Epictetus, a Stoic philosopher who was once a slave, opened his handbook with a crucial statement. Some things are up to you, some are not. You control your thoughts, actions, and reactions. You do not control what others think about you, say about you, or how they treat you. When someone criticizes you, the natural reaction is to explain. You want them to understand you correctly. You want to correct their thoughts. But according to Epictetus, that's their business, not yours. You're trying to control something outside your control, and you will fail. Instead, do this. Listen to what they say. If any part is true, correct it in silence. If it's false, let it pass. You don't have to carry those words. They have the right to think whatever they want. You have the right not to let it affect you. In a meeting, when someone blames you for a mistake you didn't make, what will you do? Most would jump to explain, argue, find evidence to clear themselves. A Stoic would sit still. They know truth doesn't depend on whether the other person believes it. They keep their energy for themselves and let time prove them right. 2. Create space between stimulus and response. In psychology, there's a concept called response space. It's the time between an event happening and how you respond to it. Ordinary people leave this space at 0. They get provoked and react immediately. Stoics stretch that space out. When someone says something offensive, you can pause for a beat. When pushed into a corner, you can stay silent for 3 seconds before answering. That pause is a sign of self-control. It shows you're thinking, not just reacting. Seneca, a wealthy and powerful Stoic in Rome, wrote that anger is temporary madness. When you let yourself get angry, you hand control to someone else. They just have to push the right button, and you'll dance to their tune. The person who cannot be controlled is the one who lets no one push their emotional buttons. You can practice this habit by taking a deep breath before answering any message or email that upsets you. Wait 30 minutes. Or wait until the next morning. You'll be surprised that most things that seem urgent turn out not worth reacting to. 3. Put all your energy into what you can change. We often waste energy on things we cannot change. Weather, the past, your boss's personality, government decisions, what your colleagues think of you. The more you worry about these, the more helpless you feel. Stoics do the opposite. They put 100% of their energy into things they can influence. Their own actions, their reactions, their plans, how they speak, how they work. Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, wrote in his journal, "If you are disturbed by anything external, the pain is not caused by the thing itself, but by your own judgment of it. And you have the power to revoke that judgment at any moment. If your company fires you, you cannot change that decision, but you can change how you see it. Instead of 'I failed, I'm useless,' think, 'This is a chance to find work that fits me better.' Instead of sitting around complaining, start updating your resume and reaching out to people you know. People who don't complain, only act, always earn others' respect, because they show they are not victims of circumstance. 4. Accept difficulty as part of life. One of the biggest reasons people suffer is they think life should be easy. They believe if they're good, they deserve good treatment. If they work hard, they deserve a promotion. If they love someone, that person should love them back. But reality doesn't work that way. Good people face bad things. Hard workers get overlooked. People who love get betrayed. That's not the exception. That's the rule. Stoics embrace this. They're not disappointed when they face difficulty, because they never expected life to be all sunshine. Seneca wrote, "What happens to one can happen to all." When you accept that difficulty is an inevitable part of life, you stop fearing it. When facing a challenge, you can think, "This is a chance to prove myself. This is an exercise I need to get through." This mindset turns you from a reactor into an actor. and people who act always have natural presence. 5. Stick to your principles, regardless of outcome. Ordinary people change their behavior based on results. If praised, they continue. If criticized, they stop. If rewarded, they try hard. If punished, they get scared. Stoics act based on principle, not reward. They have an internal standard and they live by it, no matter how the outside world reacts. If you're an honest person, you tell the truth even if it might cost you your job. If you respect others, you treat them well even if they don't treat you well. If you believe in quality work, you do your best even if your boss doesn't notice. Epictetus said, "Choose to be good and believe that someone is watching you." This doesn't mean a god is watching. It means your conscience is watching you. When you live true to yourself, you don't need external recognition. And that self-sufficiency is what makes others respect you. At work, there are times when you must choose between doing things fast to get praise and doing things right even when no one notices. The Stoic chooses to do things right. They don't chase short-term results. In the long run, people like that always earn more trust and respect. 6 months ago, I witnessed a situation at my company. A project failed. The client was unhappy. The meeting room was tense, ready to explode. Everyone blamed everyone else. The marketing manager explained why it wasn't their fault. The technical manager showed evidence the other side was wrong. People talked nonstop, their voices getting louder. Only one person stayed silent. The product manager sat and listened to everything. When everyone had spoken and started repeating themselves, he finally spoke. He said, "We can spend another hour finding out who's wrong. Or we can use that hour to find a way to save the project. I suggest we choose option 2. The room went dead silent. No one could argue. Because he didn't blame, didn't explain, didn't defend. He only focused on what could be changed, the solution. From that day on, in everyone's eyes, he was no longer just another manager. He became the person everyone wanted to hear when problems came up. That's the power of Stoicism. It doesn't make you emotionless. It makes you unshakable. And in a world full of chaos, the unshakable ones are always the most respected.